Branches are empty, and all around is barren. Yet life can be found. I'm sure thinking, you'd like to think how that little phrase or that little haiku that I've just put together can relate to you right now. Let me try to explain how this can affect all of us. And the whole purpose of these little things I've put together is to really make us think. We're taking a spiritual aspect, and no doubt those who aren't interested in spirituality may well have gone already. That's fine. But those who are, we want to dig a little bit deeper. And that's what these little episodes are all about. Digging deep, see what we can find. And more importantly, how it relates to you, how it relates to me, how it relates to everyone around us. So let's have a little think now. Branches are empty. So, and I'm not talking about going to your local bank, your building society. Branches for me, if we look at a tree, obviously, this is where we're really going from here. Look at the aspects of a tree. This time of year, because I'm recording this in the winter time, you look at the trees, and unless they're evergreen, they are bare. There's nothing on there. Those trees are bare. All the leaves have fallen off, and they're there exposed out to the elements, and really in that space where it seems nothing's happening. And you're thinking, okay, Gary, that's all interesting, but how does that relate to me? So think to yourself this. In your life right now, are things sometimes getting a little bit stuck where it seems like nothing's happening? Let me use an example, and I've actually used this example in a book that I'm writing. So I thought, why not borrow that as well? Let's imagine you think to yourself, you know what? It'd be a good idea to have a party right now. I'm going to send out loads of invites. I'm going to get myself prepared, maybe even organise a weekend so I can get all the food, all the drink, everything else. You put the RSVPs, and what comes back? None. Nothing comes back. Or you get, let's come back. I'm really sorry. Let's call this girl, Lady Geraldine. Really sorry, Geraldine, but I'm busy that weekend. I can't make it. Somebody else says like, oh yeah, it's I'm actually out the country doing this, and other people are just coming out with lame excuses. I've got a horrible cold at the moment. I'd love to have come, but or oh, on that day I've got a delivery coming from sort of like XYZ. It's like a little jewelry thing I've been waiting so long to get, or I've got to have my nails done. And Geraldine's thinking, flipping heck, no one's bothered. And some people don't even bother to respond at all. And it's those moments you think like, who am I? I'm like invisible. The trees are bare. There's nobody there. No one's coming. It's almost like you're ignored. And this happens to us at times. When things really slow down, the tree has to slow down. And you think, why? Why the hell am I slowing down? What's that all about? We can't always be going bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, always going up, 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 up. There will be oscillating waves. Life's kind of a little bit like this. It's a little bit of a flow. So when we're in clover, it's down to us to make the most of that time. Really kind of like sort of like gather all those fruits, for want of a better word, all that energy, and we expand. So think of your energy expanding outwards. As you learn new things, you experience new things, your awareness will grow. But if we keep pouring into this awareness, if you keep like looking for new things, eventually you'll get to a point of capacity. You can't take any more, and so it will just pour all over the place, and then you don't really get to appreciate the good things that you're coming in. And that, I feel, that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. I'd love to know your thoughts. It's in those moments where everything goes flat. We can't take any more, and suddenly we got to stop. We got to stop. It's like, think of the seasons. The tree in the winter is going to shed its leaves. It needs to let go of things. And when you think about it, what it's really doing, it's letting things go. Yeah, of course, it's got to get through the winter and all the crazy winds, but it's also thinking for the next year of new growth. So when those times come along for you to kind of like things freeze down, why not go around your house and everything, see what you can let go of, see what you can remove, and That is obviously on a material sense. You could have old books and stuff like that. You think, oh, I can let that old clothing, but also maybe on a spiritual sense, on an emotional sense. What old emotions are you hanging on to? What old crushes? Maybe Geraldine's got a crush on Frank, who she knew 25 years ago. It's a long time you put that away, isn't it? And it's just releasing that energy. And maybe old sentimental things that it obviously is personal for each one of us. But when we let those things go, we can then give ourselves room to expand. This is what life's all about. So, this is something thinking a little bit different. So when things go quiet, when things are a little bit fallow, for want of a better word, rather than mope around thinking sorry for ourselves, think about what changes, what preparation can we make for the next season that's coming. Because if you look around, you probably find you're not the only one in that boat. So look around. Where are your barren patches? Where's things a bit stuck? So get into that kind of like maybe there's a new job you'd like, depending on how old or young you are. If you're, I mean, I'm not doing no more studying for degrees or whatever, but maybe if you're in your 20s, you think like, oh, I'm in this blooming job, but I want to move on. I want to flipping do something. Maybe look around, see what opportunities there are to study. Sort of like look at so you get a brand new skill set to move yourself out of the rut that you're in. This is like when we go quiet, we can look at it, think of the tree when it's gone quiet. I don't talk tree language, by the way, but maybe, just maybe, it's thinking about next year. I'd like to send my roots down to that southern patch, and when I draw that energy, I'm going to grow bigger and stronger for next year. Think of ourselves in that capacity of where we would like to develop, where we want to grow. So, and I use the looking at a new job, but what hobbies have you got? What kind of new things do you want to discover? What do you want to explore? Um, this is the time when it goes quiet to go into that space. But it could well be you may be one of those people who don't really want to go out there and go seeing the world and everything. You're quite happy in your own space. And before people think like, oh, that's a bit boring. Actually, no. Do you realize if you're in your own space, you can experience just as much as anyone else? And it's probably a controversial statement. But you think of all those ascetics, like, the monks who sit locked away from anywhere, and just think of their awareness. Think of their awareness with the energy, with the animals, with the sounds, with the vision, with the senses, with the taste, with the general feeling. They will be way more advanced than what myself and probably most of us out there are, because they've developed years of, in their solitude, of developing almost a sixth sense. And it's like, when you think of the old sort of like clerics or priests taking vows of silence, there was a reason for that. So they could literally just hear and listen and sense and feel every little sound. It's quite a thing, so it depends what your aspect is, where you want to go with those barren patches, when it goes quiet, that's the perfect time to really have a good look. And sort of like when you think about once the season's over, once the winter season's over for you. Now, I want to say as well, winter doesn't necessarily mean it has to actually be winter with us. It could come in the middle of June when our fallow periods come. We're all different. But when those fallow periods come, because we are looking, life can be found. Life will be found. There will be some kind of things you can get excited about. But maybe we just need to switch our perspective around, see things differently. Um, Whereas maybe you was looking forward to a mad party that's been knocked on the head. Change your perspective. Think to yourself, okay, I'm just going to have myself a nice retreat. I'm going to go off somewhere, have a nice spa or something. Maybe Geraldine's going to really treat herself. And then her friends are going to find out, oh, I could have come. And she said, well, you didn't come to the party. I said, "Oh, you didn't come, you're not coming to my retreat. But these are ways we can just switch the narrative a little bit. So rather than getting to those low vibrations, we elevate ourselves, because at times it's very, very easy for us to think, oh, nobody cares, nobody wants. It's like me when I put these videos up. I have not, at this moment in time, I'm highly unlikely to get a video that goes absolutely berserk out in the thousands and thousands, it'll probably be, a humble 30 to 40 figures or viewers if I'm, and you know something, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Of course, I'd love to get the message out there more, but really, it's about doing the things that I want to do. What I want to do is share my thoughts, dare I say, my wisdom, and more importantly, to hear your wisdom. Because I firmly do believe in a two-way energy exchange. I know it's a bit strange because what I'm doing is talking to a camera. You're not conversing with me, so to speak. But I really would appreciate, and if you've got this far, um, fair play to you because a lot of people would have gone by now. But if you've gone this far, just think about it. Just put in a few comments down, and I promise you, I will do my utmost to respond. Because that is a way we build rapport, we build I'd love to have like a little beautiful community just slowly building over time. That's what I really want to be doing. And that helps when I converse with like-minded people like yourselves, because if you've made it this far, we must be on the same wavelength. Those are my thoughts. And like I say, I'd love to hear what you have to say as well. And I shall leave that with you, as this is going out on the Saturday. So I'd love to wish you all a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the weekend. And if it's a bit quiet and you're thinking to yourself, oh, there's not much going on, it's fine. It's life. Accept it, enjoy it, and do what the hell you like. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one.